Oh, hello, good hunters. I see you're here for the Bloodborne episode of the Gaming Hour. Well, you've come to the right place. Please follow me right over. Oh God. Oh God. This isn't good. No. Audience, we need to get the hell out of here. I do not have a good build right now since, it's the beginning of the episode. Oh, Oh, God damn it, it's a dead end. I can't use the stupid lantern because I have that invading stupid hunter in this world. Oh, hey, pal. Hey, buddy old pal. Hey. Listen, pal. I don't have any blood echoes on me since I'm a noob and I just started the episode. Hell, look, I don't have any money on me since I'm a struggling YouTuber that makes a mid-ass comedy show that talks about video games. You get it, right? Please spare me, I beg of you. Please spare me, I beg of you. Oh, please spare me. Oh my God, I'm so scared I pissed myself. Oh my God, you are. Yes, I'm you. You're going to sign the contract to do the Bloodborne episode. After you change yourself, of course. Goddamn piss boy. But first, you need to say the line to start the episode. AKA the contract, it's time to game on, fellows. Oh, yeah, right. the line, yeah. It's time to game on, fellas. Yes. Welcome home, good viewers, to another episode of Watersurf's Gaming Hour. This is the 18th episode of the series, and we are looking at the best game on the PS4, which is the masterpiece called Bloodborne. This is the game from the developers who made Dark Souls and changed the genre from Souls-like to Soulsborne. This genre-defying game came out in March of 2015, with its DLC releasing in November that same year. The point is, the people who like this game like this game. This is the game to actually get a PlayStation 4. It does also run on the PS5 via backwards compatibility and other things that I'll talk about in a moment. I also want to mention that Bloodborne was also my first entry into the entire Soulsborne genre, and I do have a personal bias towards it, but after playing through some of the other FromSoft games, this one easily still earns its place in my top 10 favorite games of all time, and that's after replaying it for this episode. Also, a real quick thing before I jump into some housekeeping things with this episode, that if you have not played this game or don't know anything about this game, but you have an interest in this game, I will be 100% honest with you and say that this Gaming Hour episode is probably not the best way to learn about this game. My show is a comedy-based one, and I will have some heavy spoilers. I would highly recommend playing this game for yourself, especially because it goes on sale a lot, or just watching someone else play it, or even a more serious review on this game. That being said, if you are interested, let's go ahead and jump right on into my housekeeping thing on this episode. Bloodborne is a goddamn masterpiece of a game, but it is also stuck on the PS4. While I normally play games on their native hardware, or on consoles via backwards compatibility mode, I opted to play this game on a PS4 emulator called Shad PS4. I dumped my physical disc and its ROM onto this emulator, put a few mods to help it run stable, and got this game running at a smooth 60 frames per second, as Bloodborne is locked at 30. Both on the PS4 and PS5. If this game actually had a 60 FPS boost on the PS5 like some of the other PS4 games do, like God of War and I believe Horizon Zero Dawn, but that's not important, I would have actually played it on the PS5 instead. With that being said, I did opt to play it on this PS4 emulator due to the debug camera to get better shots for my comedy bits where I put myself into the game. Also, cheats. While I have beaten this game legitimately in the past, as you can see by my PlayStation trophies, I did want to get this episode out quicker, and the gameplay would have taken me 3 to 4 times longer if I had been grinding on an offline build, as I do not have PlayStation Plus and didn't want to pay for it. I do apologize if that upsets anyone, but I just wanted to state it here and now and make it very clear before I jumped into the meat and potatoes of this video.
I guess we're gonna have to dust off that cancel Watersurf thing from the second volume of the Indie Grab Bag episode, huh? I mean, only a few of you would actually get that joke. Who actually watched that episode?
Anyway, you've probably watched the intro playing in the background already, so we'll jump right into the main game. You get approached by some dude in a wheelchair. He welcomes you to Yharnam and asks you to sign a contract, which is the character creator. Basically, you make your dude like any Souls-like game, and then he is like, "It's time for the operation, buddy old pal."
Doctor, I'm ready for the operation. Wait a minute. You're not the doctor! Ah!
Yeah. This wolf tries to touch you or something, but then catches fire, and then these little white dudes climb on you. Then you wake up, wander around this weird-ass hospital. Wait a minute, let's fist fight that wolf, bro. And he's dead. Who told you that was a good idea, idiot?
Whoa. This must be the hunter's dream. It's not really a joke. This is the hunter's dream.
God damn, the writers are so lazy. That wasn't even a funny joke. Who writes this trash? Oh yeah, I do. Anyway, you wake up in the hunter's dream, grab some weapons, and go back and explore Yharnam during the night of the hunt. I basically rock the saw cleaver and hunter's pistol throughout the entire game, by the way. I do find it funny that when you start climbing up the ladder, you hear this screech. Yeah, I would climb back too, man. I don't blame you. The rest of this area is very straightforward. Plow through some of the locals, find some stuff to upgrade your weapons, and get some new gear. This is also where the fun begins, as I made my way to the very first boss, which is the Cleric Beast.
Oh hey, you remember when I said I used cheats? Yeah, I actually went up against this thing in the very first part of the game with no cheats. So up until the Cleric Beast, I had no cheats enabled because there was no doll to give me an upgrade for level points or whatever. So I was basically beating up this dude and the town people and everything up until this point with all natural skill, baby.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that the Cleric Beast was picking me up and beating the absolute crap out of me. This is a great first boss because it isn't too difficult, but it also lets you learn the basics. You dodge and you hit, but you also shoot. Another thing with Bloodborne is that you have no way to block your attacks. This game is all aggressive. That means if you get hit, you better hit back, bro. If you hit back, you can actually get your health back, but you gotta hit back and you gotta hit back fast. get aggressive. That's why I love this game, because you can get aggressive as hell. Oh yeah, I beat the cleric beast, first take, first try, baby.
Yeah, I'm a hunter. Jealous gamers?
I also think it's time to level up. After beating the cleric beast, I leveled up legitimately and then busted out the cheat codes to max out my character. But whatever, man. It's time to roll around in the sewers with some rats, some birds, and these weird looking creature things. Also, a pig? Did I also mention I found the iconic hunter suit that I wear for the rest of the game? Anyway, I eventually made my way up to a bridge with a big ol' fireball and then fell off the said bridge like an idiot and had my first death of the run.
Yeah, even with cheats, this guy still died. That's what I call an epic fail.
The next boss you face is actually another hunter, which is Father Gashashoni. I can't say his name, but that doesn't matter. His gimmick is changing forms halfway through the fight, and who cares, I got rid of him fairly quickly. Also, his boss music goes really hard, man. Well, after the battle with him in the graveyard, you have the option to go let his kid know that he died or something, but I'm not really focusing on the lore of his kids. I did find his dead wife and stole her red jewel to power up my saw cleaver though. Yeah, level up.
Now my weapon is powerful. I guess you could say that I'm really feeling it. Oh, come on, no laugh track? That one was funny.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Central Yharnam, as it's time to move on to the next section of the game, where you make your way into this safe area called the Cathedral Ward. You meet this creepy old hag that tells you to bring survivors, which I end up bringing this other old hag and some lady in here. You can also bring other people in here, but I ended up only bringing these two people in here through my playthrough. I also went exploring around the cathedral and found these creepy ass things staring at me, and apparently they only appear if you have really high insight or after you beat Rom, this big ass spider thing.
So, you guys, hang around often, or, I don't really know, man. I can't really think of a good joke since you guys are really, invisible to everybody else. Can you guys actually see them, or am I going crazy? Who am I? Who are you? Maybe I should reawaken in a different dream. Honestly, I don't even know anymore. What even is this? Man, everything is so deep.
With my spelunking around, I also made my way into the next area and set myself up for Old Yharnam. Now this town is interesting because there is a little note that says you aren't supposed to enter, but it's fine because I can't read, just like how the average YouTube viewer can't read a description, and that's why Google made that little ask button to summarize the video for dumb premium viewers who want the video summarized, even though that's what the description is for.
You okay, bud? You want to talk about it?
No. I want to talk to you about how these creepy dudes hide in the smoke and then try to jump you. Also, I want to talk to you about how this hunter guy tries to talk to you about asking you to read his sign, and then he gives you a warning to turn around, but then it's like it doesn't even matter because then he starts firing warning shots at you. Like, bro, I would have 100% left you alone, but now it's personal because you wanted to shoot your stupid little toy gun at me.
Alright, I wonder where the boss is in this little dinky old town. Ow! What the hell?
Hey. Get out of my town. I don't like you in my town. It's my town. Get out of my town.
Don't make me come up there. I'll come up there and kick your ass.
Yeah? I like to see you try.
Alright, that's it. I'm gonna climb up that tower of yours, and when I get up there, I'm gonna kick your ass, bro. And when I'm done kicking your ass, I'm gonna kick your ass some more.
Got him.
Yeah, so you have to fight through all these stupid little furry goobler monsters or whatever, and then you climb up the tower, and if we're really being honest, then you can fight this hunter.
Alright, bub. Are you ready to fight or what? Ah! You bastard! That really hurt.
What are you gonna do about it? I'm the ultimate hunter. And you are not the ultimate hunter. That's me. See? I'm the ultimate hunter. You can't do this. You can't even see this. That's how ultimate I am.
Alright, I'm really tired of this.
Oh, you got me. I just wanted to play Tecmo Super Bowl. I just want to play Tecmo Super Bowl. That's all I want to do, and I'm dead. Thanks.
After beating that guy up, you make your way down to the basement or something, and then, and only then, you can fight the blood-starved beast. Now, a quirk about this boss is that it likes snacking on the pungent blood cocktail, so you can throw it and then wail away on it while it's eating or something. It makes this boss like way easier. Like, look at how fast I beat this boss. Speaking of bosses, if you backtrack to the Cathedral ward and make your way past this spooky buff Slenderman looking guys, but with faces, go to the very top of the stairs to this big ass church and go inside. I promise you'll find this nice lady praying at an altar. She is just praying to God or something, I don't know.
Hey, ma'am, I hate to tell you this, but the church closed 3 hours ago. You're gonna have to leave. Oh, of course she's turned into one of those big scary werewolf ladies. Whew. Smash.
Yeah, it's time to fight another angry furry. I don't know, man. Mega Man X had this furry, and now Bloodborne has one. At least, this one makes sense because this is a werewolf. Also, I want to mention that this boss is crucial to the story/lore of the game. By beating her, this grants you access to getting into the Forbidden Woods by touching the skull or something, as it grants the day finally turning into night. Not only that, but it gets you access to the DLC, the Old Hunters, after beating this boss, but I will touch back on that DLC before getting to the base game's final boss.
If you haven't picked it up by now, I might not be going in order, as this game doesn't exactly have a chronological order after you beat the second boss. There are also optional bosses that I will touch on, but I cannot cover everything this game has to offer, especially like the multiplayer aspect, since I did play this game completely offline. Solar Hunter mode, baby! Also, no Chalice dungeon. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. No.
You eventually have two routes to take, and I took the route that led me to Hemwick Charnel Lane, which has all this weird ass cultist shit. No, I'm not kidding. Look at this. Like, what the is this, man? This is actually an optional area, but I wanted the Rune Workshop tool, and the only way to get this is by working your way through all this like little cult village and then taking on the Witch of Hemwick, which, to be fair, this isn't a difficult boss even if you aren't using cheats. Getting the Rune Workshop tool is very vital though, as it lets you have access to things that grant you like extra boosts, like more health vitals or more stamina, stuff like that, you know?
Bro is acting like he needs that sort of stuff on when he has the cheats on. What a loser.
To be fair, while I am maxed out in level, I never had infinite health on or infinite stamina on. Anyway, I eventually made my way back to the actual path you're supposed to be on to take, which is the Forbidden Woods. This is actually the whole ordeal where you talk to this hunter guy, then open up this door with the password, and then make your way through these woods with a bunch of traps. Seriously, what the hell is with all these traps, man? I remember dying to these stupid ass traps so many goddamn times on my first playthrough when this game came out.
I guess you could say that these are some forbidden woods. Oh no.
That boulder joke will never get old. Unlike me though. Anyway, you're working your way through these woods. You're greeted by a crap ton of enemies, these creepy snake enemies, and this boss that has 3 shadowy dudes that it's probably an unfair fight if you're just by yourself. The strategy with this fight is if you're solo is to just focus on one and pray to Sony Jeebus that the other 2 don't touch your bum, bro.
I mean, they can touch it a little if they want. Hee.
Anyway, this is the part of the game where I also started to set up for an endgame item, which is an umbilical cord from the specific NPC that you can get by going through the Forbidden Woods. This leads you back to a secret room in the hospital you started in, but surprise, surprise, I ended up killing her like a big dummy genius I am. Luckily, this is 1 out of the 4 in the game, and you only need 3. And smart me already set up 1 in that church or whatever. See, I am smart.
As Markiplier would say, aw yeah, it's big brain time.
Bro made that joke in the last episode. Lazy writing strikes again, just like that boulder. After failing to do that assignment, I went for the next umbilical cord, which is the one in the abandoned old workshop. You have to drop through this mine shaft thing, I don't know what to call it, and of course, I had a hard time doing that, but I eventually made it in there, and getting in, hey, would you look at that? It's like the old hunter's dream, but it's actually a real place this time. When you get this, you get access to the second umbilical cord and the doll's outfit. If you really wanted to wear that, which by the way, I went back to the hunter's dream to wear it right in front of her and did one of those, look, I'm you jokes. Ha ha ha, see? Funny.
I'm you, and you're me. Do you, want to make out? What? No. Oh, yeah. Awkward. I was gonna ask if you wanted to touch tips.
Alrighty then. Moving right along, I wanted to go exploring in the unseen village, but I needed to get knocked out by a Grim Reaper looking dude, and the only way to do that was by finding one and having them knock you out or kill you by putting you in a bag. No, I am not lying. That's the only way you can get there. Like seriously, you're seeing this footage.
Hey, Grim Reaper looking dude. Yeah, can you kick my ass? I promise it's not like the Starbomb song. I just want to get inside that sack of yours. Okay, that came out weird.
Alright, so you end up in jail. I killed this lady and I went exploring around here, but I ended up stumbling upon an optional boss like a big ding-dong spelunking around. The Dark Beast Parl isn't too difficult as a boss as long as you have fire. I also went all over the place because I ended up in this church and I got grabbed by this big old creepy thing only to be transported into this lecture hall or school. I don't know, man. You remember the Globe Gabalob meme? Well, I ended up finding a bunch of those things that look like it. Honestly, it's not that important. I just wanted to remind you that that meme existed a while ago. Haha.
You see, on Watersurf's Gaming Hour, you'll never know what you'll expect. Play the next clip.
Speaking of optional areas, when I was in the clinic area, I grabbed this invitation thing that let me go into this castle in the snow. So going back to the witch's adobe, it spawns in this carriage that takes you to this castle, and honestly I never knew this existed until this playthrough that I did for the Gaming Hour episode. However, I will say that this area sucks big balls. Not in the sense that I hated it, but it was just hard even being a maxed out level. All the enemies were tough, and I felt like I got nothing out of it coming here. It felt like just an extra long lore expansion, which, come on, I wasn't really going for lore expansion in a comedy gaming show, guys. I know one person is probably screaming at the top of their lungs right now at the screen, and I apologize, but do you really care about this snowy-ass castle? Like, I sure as hell don't. It's cool for the 100%, but the boss was too hard 5 me. Bro kept throwing skulls at me, and I just said, it, I'm done. I'll take the L on this one, guys.
Wait a minute. That wasn't cool at all. Equals 3? More like equals 0. Bro over here referencing internet shows that are older than like the Atari 2800 or something? I don't know.
Here's something that I do know though. It's time to move on to one of the more infamous bosses in this game, and it's the spider boss that we all hate. Yes, I hate spiders, but this boss sucks. Moving past the shadowy trio boss area, you make your way into this mansion with a bunch of bugs that want to suck you off. I didn't finish, dumbass. Suck you off in terms of your blood.
Wait, huh? Oh shit!
Yeah, it's the mansion near the lake. Wander around, fight some bugs, and then this weird ass big bug, and a hunter inside the mansion. Then this dude in a chair tells you to jump in the lake, so I killed him. Nobody tells me what to do. Oh, you were actually supposed to jump in the lake. Anyway, I jumped in the lake and it's spider fighting time. And yes, I actually died to this dumbass spider ass boss. I hate this boss. It is the worst dumbass boss. And no, it's not the little spiders that rush you, by the way. They are actually not a threat. They are a distraction to the dumb hunter. It's actually the stupid teleportation or the meteors that this dumbass big bug launches at you.
Actually, it's an arachnid.
Johnny, get the boulder.
Oh,
Defeating this arachnid has this lady in white appear. She is crying, then a big ass moon appears, and you look at it like a dumbass. Yeah, this is actually plot because a baby is crying. If you didn't know, I guess a nightmare baby has been brought into this world, and a lady's about to give birth to it. That's also why I brought that lady into the church originally. Anyway, it's time to go into the unseen world, and oh my what the hell are those things? Anyway, it's time to make your way through the unseen village, but for real this time. Fight some villagers that respawn unless you kill some witches with bells. Also, there are some hunters lurking around too. That's not important though, as it's time to fight this abomination boss called the One Reborn. And cheese and rice. That is probably the most abomination of abominations you can ever see in a video game. I don't even know what to say except kill it with fire and kill the fire with fire. Luckily, I do that and murder the hell out of it. Hehe.
Alright, folks, I think we've seen enough abominations for today. Now, what if, and hear me out, we touch that dead body over there? Like, let me touch it, and it'll be like a really funny prank, bro. I'm gonna touch it. Oh no, bro. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God, no. I'm back in the school. Please, please God, no. It's getting louder. No. Please God, no. Save me. Don't cut away. Don't cut away!
Let's go ahead and leave him in the lecture hall for a bit and take a detour to the upper cathedral ward. This spooky ass area is dark, dank, and has a bunch of brain suckers and werewolves. It also has an orphanage key hiding in there, which gets us to the next area, which these blue goobler looking things that try to grab you, but also cast spells. Also, yeah, that's the boss if you didn't know. It's the celestial emissary. Took them down real easily, and now it's time for the Iberitus, the daughter of the cosmos, and boy that is one ugly ass. I don't know what the hell that is, but we need to kill it ASAP, alright man? Kill it with fire, bro. Yeah, it's dead. Anyway, after killing it, I finally went back to the lecture hall to fight these goopy students and got a real useful rune from Patches the Spider, which basically boosts my stamina. I actually really needed it since stamina is very useful in any Soulsborne game. Not gonna lie with you on that one, not at all. I would never.
Hey, so just a fun fact about the Patches character. He apparently shows up in every like Souls game from this developer, so be on the lookout whenever you play them. So he shows up in like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and even Elden Ring. So just pay attention if you ever see him. All right, so fun fact over. Get back to yapping, voiceover guy.
So anyway, after you leave the lecture hall, you end up in the Nightmare of Mensis to defeat two bosses which are very plot crucial. One is a crazy dude and the other one has a plot crucial item. But first, you gotta make your way through Looneyville of skulls that throw arrows at you that make you go crazy. Also these fuzzy looking Chewbacca things that throw boulders at you.
So you see, this would be the setup for a joke where the boulder comes out of nowhere and crushes me. But I've already done that joke 3 times and comedy comes in threes. So you'd expect that by now. So, I don't know. What's funny nowadays? I think that was an arrow that him.
You eventually make your way into the building and... spiders. Why did it have to be spiders? I eventually, Yeah, I hate spiders, man. Luckily, I murdered them all with fire. Yeah, you make your way past them and into some library with these little demon children things that are walking around and some big old dudes. I don't know, man. I do know that it's time for the ultimate boss that everybody hates. Mikolash, the host of nightmares. No, he's Mikolash, run away like a little bench. Seriously, bro smiles at you and then decides it's time to zippity doo-dah all the way to I don't know, he spawns these bony little men to fight you and he runs away like a little bench. Like, bro, I can see why everyone hates you. You think that cage on your head is cool? No, it's not cool. Stop running away and let me beat your ass up. I will also say that this boss isn't hard. He's just annoying. He takes a few hits and then he runs away. He's like Rom the spider boss, which is funny because they are actually practically related in terms of the lore. I'm glad that the community hates both of these bosses because both of them suck. He cries like a little bench too when you remove him from his realm. He's like, oh no, I don't want to wake up. Like, screw you, bro. I hate you.
Alright, now that that guy's dead, the real question is, how the hell do I get out of here?
Which is an excellent question. I spent a good while trying to leave. Like, seriously, how the hell do I get out of here? Anyway, remember how I said that lady who was pregnant was going to give birth to a nightmare baby? Well, she went into the sewers and gave birth to it. Look at how cute it is. Aww.
I think it's kind of cute. Sorry, ma'am. I think it was like the next coming of Satan or something. Don't blame me. Blame the game.
Yep, you have to murder the baby, and then as an added bonus, you can kill the lady too. You get the umbilical cord that you need, as well as some shoes from the lady. Baby shoes never worn, am I right, gamers? It's time to move up to the tower or something and get some more goons to fight, a pig, and then the final boss before the end game. So Murgo's wet nurse holds the final umbilical cord that you need to get the third ending, but luckily this boss is a required one. So I sat there spamming some knives and then sort of kept my distance with this one since this boss likes to spam smoke and also has this weird double or something. Not too hard of a boss, but I got my hits in where I could. You also got the rare nightmare slain after killing this one. I got back to the hunter's dream, consumed the 3 umbilical cords, as I know what's coming. Anyway, the doll set tells you that it's time to talk to German at the tree, meaning it's time for the final boss.
That's what I would say, but remember how I said I would talk about the Old Hunters DLC? Well, it's time to talk about the Old Hunters DLC, because it's a perfect pre-game, end-game boss or whatever. We're talking about the Old Hunters DLC before we get to the end-game boss, so... voiceover guy, that's your cue.
Alright, so we're just going to sort of throw all this into one segment / chapter. The Hunter's Nightmare is where you sort of start off and it's all familiar, yet sort of a similar area, but it's different. It's like the area outside the Grand Cathedral, except it's sunny and all the enemies are weird and they hit way harder. This area also sort of feels like a maze. There's also this river of blood and everything feels ghostly. I also eventually made my way back to where I started and ran into this fellow hunter that sort of guides the plot along in this nightmare that I'm currently in. He also sort of just lets you know that, yeah man, sure in here, huh?
So, should I go to the river of blood, or the pile of corpses, or the valley of death? So many choices, so many choices.
Following the river of blood eventually leads you to this strange sewer runoff with a pile of bodies, and some of the bodies are asking you for help. Then this deformed horse thing comes out of nowhere, and oh my lord, please send it back to whatever damn land it came from, because that thing is hideous. It also wallops a punch. Yes, by the way, I am a maxed out level. There is also this weird ass mid cutscene where he clings to life moment or something, where he pulls a sword out of his ass. I don't know. And then he starts to kick the crap out of you with this big beaming sword. Like, bro, what the hell? You're already kicking my ass, now you're really kicking my ass. Cool. Eventually I took this guy down, and damn, that was a tough fight.
Oh, I get it now. It's called Bloodborne because of all the blood. That's a funny one.
Wait a minute. That clown is still alive, by the way. Kill that guy's head and now you get access to his stupid sword or whatever that the internet claims to be the best thing around. Oh yeah, our hunter friend is back saying that Ludwig died a true hero. It didn't seem like a hero. Whatever, man. I also fought this optional boss with his stupid ass sword, and that thing sucked using. I hated using his sword, but we'll ignore this Lawrence boss that I fought even though I did beat him. I just wanted the internet to know that I didn't really like using this ultimate sword that everybody claims to like.
Time to dust off that hashtag cancel Watersurf, boys and girls. The Bloodborne community is going to eat him alive for that one.
Anyway, I was skipping ahead for that one as you wander through this dungeon, which leads you into this cathedral, and it brings you up into the research hall. You can sort of see how fast this DLC goes, as the research hall is home to the next boss, and man oh man, this research hall has a bunch of messed up experiments going on in here. All these weird creatures with these deformed heads. Doesn't help that they are throwing piss bottles at you? I don't know. Everything is dark. Also, what's with this DLC being a goddamn maze? I mean, it wasn't too hard to figure out as I made it to the rafters, but it was a chore to get into. Once you do that, you push this little lever which moves the staircase, and look who is back. Yep, your hunter friend who tells you to kill Lady Maria for doing weird experiments in this research lab. I mean, yeah, I was getting there, you silly goose.
You know, someone on Reddit called me a living failure once. It seemed a little rude, but then I thought about it and I was like, wait a moment. That was a Bloodborne reference! Hell yeah!
Uh-oh. Living failures are these weird-ass creatures that live in this garden, and you gotta beat them up in order to get to the next boss, which is Lady Maria. They are also a pain in the ass, but not only because they try to do these like goobler all over you, but they praise the sun and do this moonbeam aura blast all over you while trying to ground pound you with their big ass linky arms or something. That's not really important though, as I killed them. Who's the living failure now, BillyMan1593 on Reddit? Huh? That's what I thought.
Hello? Is anyone in this clock tower? I promise I'm not a living failure like that guy said on Reddit. I heard it's a Bloodborne reference and that makes you cool. Oh, that's a dead body over there. I guess I can leave now.
No leaving for you because she said corpses should be left alone, and now it's time to fight a lady. I know my mama said not to fight a lady, but this lady wants to fight. This is also probably one of the coolest bosses of the DLC. Too bad I just kept shooting her with my gun and didn't really let her do anything cool because I'm a funny hunter man. Regardless of high level or not, this was a hard fight and I did have fun. Taking her down grants you a clock, and holding up the said clock opens up the clock tower and lets you move on to the next area. So hold it up and get ready for a fishy situation. Lol, 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 lol.
If you don't understand the joke, the next area is the fishing village and the next boss sucks.
So the next area is this fishing village, and I will straight up tell you that this entire area sucks. The regular enemies aren't too hard, but these big fish people are aggressive as hell and can one-shot you if you don't get away in time. Like, seriously, these fish people.
If you insist.
No, not like that. Not like that. Please stop. God, no, stop! Exploring around the fishy town, you eventually make your way into this lighthouse area, which has a cave nearby. The cave has these enemies that shoot lightning at you, but it's fine. Later, this entire area is not a big deal. I don't care about these jumping shell ladies. What I do care about is this creepy cave with these bowing creature into this cave that leads to the coast. Like, what the hell is going on over here? What is this creature that washed up onto the coast? Oh god, what is crawling out?
So, I can already tell by the thing crawling out of that bigger thing that I am royally f***ed, and that I'm about to get my ass handed to me on a fishy platter. So, I should ask if I want my ass handed to me with tartar sauce or with ketchup.
Orphan of Kos is a bastard and a half, and that is being nice. This boss will kick your ass even at max level. There was no beating around the bush. I died to this boss so many goddamn times that it wasn't even funny. Every walkthrough and guide that talks about this guy tells you to bring a friend if possible. Welp, I didn't have any of those, as I was going solo as I have been this entire run. It doesn't matter, because after a few dozen attempts, I finally beat this slimy bastard, and man, it felt good. That boss sucked so much. Like, it was a challenge, but I would fight that boss again. Then that stupid spider. Oh yeah, after beating Kos, you're supposed to get rid of that black figure sticking out of the dead creature so its soul can like return to the ocean or something. And once you do that, the DLC is officially over, and you know what that means.
And just like that, that is the Old Hunters DLC, and it's finally time to return to the Old Hunters dream and beat the base game. There is also 3 endings to this game, but I also am going for the 3rd true ending. But I'll talk about the first 2 endings before I do.
So just an FYI, I ended up going for the 3rd ending, so these first 2 endings are not actually my footage, so thank you to these users for the footage on screen that I ended up using. All 3 endings start off the same, where you end up talking to German, aka the guy in the wheelchair, and he lets you know that it's time to end this. You can either say farewell to the dream, or say no, I don't wanna bro. If you accept his offer, he kills you and you wake up in the sunny Yharnam, meaning that Bloodborne could have all been a dream or something. I don't know, man. The second ending has you fight this dude, but the moon presence will come in and consume you, and you'll end up just like the wheelchair guy, and thus the hunt begins again. Basically, you started the cycle again, and you started what he was trying to prevent. Big dumb idiot.
And now we are caught up to the 3rd ending, and why I was collecting those umbilical cords to get the 3rd ending.
Anyway, let's rewind and go back to my footage, shall we? Walk up to the tree and tell him you said no. So what does bro do? He also says that he joins the hunt, and then it's battle time, bro. Yeah, I know, what a twist. You battled the wheelchair guy. Honestly, I didn't see that one coming the first time I played it either. He is also really a tough boss, and I remember I had to summon a friend when I played it on the PS4. It's okay though. As always, I beat him, but oh look, is that a moon friend? Yes, it is a moon friend who is trying to slurp me up. Joke's on you, bub. I have an Uno reverse card, and I slurped up the umbilical cords. They were very delicious, and now I can become one with the Great One or something lore-wise, I don't know.
Hey moon alien man, I summon the power of... Nuh-uh. Now we fight. Let me pick up my weapons first.
This is the final battle, the one that decides if you get to be a worm or not. Wait, what? Nothing, don't worry about it. The battle of the moon alien to determine who is all of the Bloodborne and really kick this thing's ass. Zooey mama, as they would say. I don't know, but someone does. It's not important, as now it's time to whatever the heck, and make sure this guy doesn't want to show his face again because it's dead now. Hey, and wait a moment, what's this? It's a cutscene.
Are you cold?
Yo, girl. Glad you like worms, because I'm a worm now.
Oh, good hunter.
Damn, Joel Haver was right. Women do like worms. Hell yeah.
Wait, So let me get this straight. Because you slurped up some umbilical cords or something, you turn into a worm? I guess what they say is true. Girls do like worms.
I guess I'll try my best to describe the true ending of this game. Because you consumed the 3 umbilical cords, you basically became the new Great One and no longer needed your body, thus you became a worm. The moon presence also attacked you because you consumed those items and thought you were the demon babies that were born. Honestly, I don't know. This is a comedy gaming show, and if I sat here and explained the lore of Bloodborne, this video would be really long, and it's already really long enough, and I'm sure that only 5% of the viewers who started on this journey are still with us, and that's being generous, you know? It's probably only like 1%. So it's time to wrap up this video.
So I've said it once and I'll say it again. Bloodborne is a goddamn masterpiece. I have it on PS4 and I even have the soundtrack on CD. I've played it a handful of times on PS4 and I've even replayed it on this emulator via the PC. I really wish that I could do this game justice, and I know this isn't a perfect video, but hopefully you found some enjoyment out of this gaming hour episode. So this is going to be my plea to you, the viewer. If you have not played this game and you have a PS4 or PS5, please go pick up this game via the PSN store or a physical copy. It is well worth the asking price and tends to go on sale a lot, which is usually around 10 USD. It's worth checking out if you are interested in it, especially if you enjoyed the other entries from this developer. I know a lot of you probably played Elden Ring and you probably have a PlayStation 4 or 5, so why not give this game a try? It is a little bit more difficult, but it is well worth the journey if you're willing to give it a shot.
I also wanted to take a moment to mention that the recent news that Bluepoint Games actually wanted to remake it, but FromSoft shut it down. I understand from their point of view that this game is literally one of their best goddamn masterpieces, and I can understand why, but I do also know that Bluepoint makes some fantastic remakes, but it's also a goddamn shame that they pretty much got gutted and shuttered due to the recent budget cuts under Sony. So that leaves Bloodborne in this weird limbo, and I couldn't really tell you if/when it will see a re-release and or remaster. That's why I chose to play it on this emulator, as the fans did an amazing job getting it running on PC. While I was playing on a build from late 2024, it has only gotten better from then. So current builds of this game are probably running even better as I am playing on an older build. Just keep in mind to please dump your ROMs from your physical disks. There are plenty of tutorials online on how to do it. Just keep in mind that this is not a tech support show, but I just wanted to clarify that I do not support piracy, but if you do it another way, I do not know about it, and I didn't tell you anything about the other methods. That's all. Okay. I wonder what the other goober is up to. Let's check in on him, shall we?
Well, little car, I hope you did good for this episode, because you're up next. He pissed his pants at the beginning of this episode and probably turned off half the audience. I can tell you that at least one dedicated viewer is still watching to this point. And that's being nice. Who knows? They might even watch your episode after this. Who am I kidding? They only cared about your recent Choro Q episode because there was car sex in that. And because a big YouTuber called it out. Hold on. See this little dude? What's he gonna say? Oh, he burped. That's what he thinks of your episode. You got anything else to say?
Excuse me, son?
Yeah, exactly. Anything else?
I don't want to say what I'm thinking right now.
What do you have to say?
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. One more thing.
Cope harder.
Yeah, cope harder. Your episode's gonna tank, bro. That's the only reason they cared about your episode, because a bigger YouTuber shouted it out. But other than that, they would have never watched it. And they probably won't watch your next episode either. Just watch. This Bloodborne episode will get more views than yours will. And your rinky-dinky little car episode will tank. And I'll be the one laughing, because Bloodborne is better than Choro Q. You won't be joining the hunt, little Choro Q car. And I'll be the one laughing. Any final words, Reactbot?
No flesh shall be spared. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22.
Real.
Peo isn't worried. Churro Q on the PS2 might be the next episode, but Xenoblade Chronicles is the one after mine. And between you and me, the Bloodborne episode will probably get 100 views tops. The Time Shift episode, it was a fluke. This whole Gaming Hour series has never had any consistency. The only thing that has been consistent is my track record of falling off Cloud Hill. Anyway, speaking of consistency, where is that boulder joke? Well, that's just lazy writing from the Frogger 2 episode.